I'm back. Got a couple updates today. I finished the first draft of the script. Here it is. I finished it yesterday. It's 80 pages long exactly, which is a great length for an indie feature. I didn't really try to keep it at 80, it just happened that way. It's got a beginning, middle, and end, which is ideal. So I feel good about that, but there are still plenty of issues that I'm working through, a couple of which I know and a couple of which just feel like weak spots that I'm hoping to fix through feedback and revisions. So now what? Well, last night while my wonderful wife was working and out with work friends, I went through the script and made some corrections, like here, need to dilute first. And here's another random correction. Spelling, not a big one. Is he playing with a flower? So there's a bunch of random stuff in here. I went through and marked up the whole script. Lots of stuff to cut and correct, and there are a few places that I just wrote make better, which I might be writing a lot over the next couple of months. Now, going through a first draft of a script like this and making my own corrections so soon after finishing it, it goes against some wisdom of people like Stephen King, who says that he writes one draft, leaves it for a couple of months, goes back and reads it once it's fresh, and identifies some thematic changes he wants to make and highlights a few key moments, and that's it. I have never been able to write like that. I'm not Stephen King, but that's okay. I'm gonna take what I can from him, and everything else I just need to do my way. This is my process. This isn't the process. My plan is to go through, make these quick revisions just to polish on this draft so that it's readable by other people and there aren't glaring mistakes in continuity and conversations. Then my goal is to send it out for feedback. Normally, my feedback process is pretty simple. I like to send it to people who know my work or whose work that I know and love, and I know that they can give me notes specifically on a film screenplay. I'm going to do it that way this time, send it out to my usual readers, but I also want to put it up online. So by the time you're seeing this, this script will be revised and up on the website, which you can find below or to the side. I don't know how quickly Facebook is changing stuff. So look around, you can find the link to the website. So next week, I'm gonna start working on something other than the script. What is that? Well, as luck would have it, there's an impending deadline I have for something that I've done on other projects in the past, and that is the TFPF, or now I think it's called the Austin Film Society Grant or Film Fund. And this is a film grant that awards up to $15,000, but usually more like $3,000 to $10,000 for production or post-production funds. $10,000 would be a huge chunk of the budget for my $50,000 film. Knowing that that deadline is coming up June 4th, I need to get going on that grant, which makes it a great opportunity to start working on my fundraising now. For that, I want to put together a pitch packet. So the pitch packet should show potential funders what this movie is. They can not only read the script, but get a simple synopsis. I need to be able to show them visual references, other films that this movie might feel like, any storyboards and concept art that I have, which I have just started. Storyboards I will do much later, once I have a locked script and I'm working with my director of photography. More on that in a second. But I usually like to do some concept art just to get the ideas out of my head. A lot of times I'll have very visual sequences without a lot of dialogue. After all, cinema is a visual experience. And so there is an art to writing this stuff in action in the screenplay, but there are times when that can get tedious, and I've learned that I need to just keep things simple on the page, but I like to continue developing things on the side. This might only be seen by me and maybe a couple other key members for a long time until we get to production, but it helps me flesh out these ideas on the page. So this is my very first concept art for the film. It's really simple, just a couple thumbnail sketches for one of the craziest, most visual sequences in the film that I wrote yesterday, which is essentially this eye with a portal in it that opens up in it. This I hope to build practically in the garage which this entire film takes place in, and it's going to be made out of dangling LED lights. Hopefully, we'll see. I'm gonna need to talk to some people about how to create this. We'll have to wait and see how this holds up in the long run. As far as team members, I've just started that process, but a couple of weeks ago I sat down with a good friend of mine, Jake Hamilton, and asked him to shoot this film. He is a great DP in Austin who is working on his own documentary right now about the guy who invented the jump shot in the 30s. It's fascinating. I think it's going to be doing really well on the festival circuit or wherever they go with it. There's some really exciting things happening for him right now. He's also shot some other great documentaries, so his background is perfect for this film. A couple of the people that I need sooner rather than later are a science consultant. I need somebody who specializes in biochemistry, and I've just started talking to a biochemist at the UT biochemistry department. I'm really excited to bring him on, so hopefully he'll agree and help me out with the technical aspects of this script, because there is a lot of it. Another person I need, other than some of the key roles on production, is the producer. And that person I really hope to bring on early to help me figure out how we're going to bring this to life on screen, because it's great to have a good script, but if you don't execute well, it can just fall apart. So those are the next roles that I need to bring on, and that will be happening in the next month or two as I'm developing this fundraising packet. That's all the updates right now. Things are starting to move. This script will be going through a lot of changes over the next couple months, and I hope you help me out with it. Again, please, if you want to, take a quick look at the website, take a look at some of the things I have up there now, and if you have the time, I would love for you to take a look at this first draft of the script and give me your thoughts. You don't have to be a seasoned narrative filmmaker, but it should feel like a movie, and it should take about 80 minutes to read, so like a very short novel. So if you take a look, thank you in advance. And please feel free to leave comments on this video or direct message me or text me personally. I'd love to chat with you more about it. Meanwhile, hit those likes and shares, and here are a couple boxes.